Janice, who is a manager in CyberPeace Foundation. And we also have Dr. Minga, who is from the Mizoram University. And SP sir will be joining shortly because he is having a small meeting with the DGP sir. And today the topic is with respect to understanding data and digital footprint. Janice has been training many officers as well as the students, teachers all over India, and she will definitely give you all the inputs which are required for you, starting from the basics. She is very good at giving you the information. So I would request all of you to be patient, and you will not be able to see your mic, the video, as well as you will not have the option for the mic. I would request all of you to just listen to the lecture, and at the end, you can, if anything are there, you can put it in the Q&A. With not wasting much of our time, as part of the CyberPeace Awareness Month, jointly organized by CyberPeace Foundation and Mizoram Police. Thank you for joining, and over to you, Janice, to take it forward.
Thank you so much, Rao sir, and thank you very much to everybody for taking the timing and joining us today. So, friends, today we are conducting the first webinar, which is part of the fortnight-long awareness campaign that we are running. CyberPeace Foundation is running in collaboration with Mizoram Police, and we are very grateful to everybody from both the teams who have taken out so much of time and effort and put in so much of efforts to launch such a unique campaign for everybody. So friends, first off, what exactly we'll talk about? We'll talk about a very important aspect of online safety today, which is data and digital footprint. Now, friends, we are conducting many more webinars like these, and through the course of the next 2 weeks, we'll be talking about all these important aspects. But I think the first thing that we need to understand is the basic unit of this entire cyberspace, which is data. So what exactly does data mean? What are the risks associated with your data being shared on social media or with friends and family members? We'll explore all those areas, and if anybody has questions with respect to what we are discussing, so I will be using a presentation. I will try to explain everything in as much detail as I can. But still, if you have any query at all, I'll be answering all your questions at the end of the session. So for the next around 25-30 minutes, I will take you through the different aspects of online safety. And a professor will also be with us throughout the entire session. He's here just to explain all of this in a language which everybody else, I'm sure, is more comfortable in. But still, because of barriers, I'll be able to speak only in English, but I hope that I'll be able to put forth some important points for all of you to keep in mind. So without any further delay, I'll quickly share my screen and start explaining what I am here for. So friends, data and digital footprint, what exactly is data? So any kind of information which makes sense is called data. So simple things like your name, your email address, your date of birth, your home address, your username, your password, your bank details, because all these pieces of information make sense, they have meaning, they are called data. Now the challenge is all of us are connected to the internet now, and more than ever before because of the whole pandemic situation as well. So our entire team is working remotely from different parts of the country. All our meetings are happening through Zoom and Google Meet. And because of this whole situation, we have limited physical interaction. And I'm sure no schools are operating, most offices are shut down. So everything is happening using the internet. And in this situation, my friends, because our dependence on the internet has increased all of a sudden, criminals are also using these opportunities to target us and to steal our information. So it is very, very important that we understand all these risks and take all the measures needed to keep our information safe. So data is all the information about you that makes sense. So your mobiles have a lot of data about you. Your laptops have a lot of data about you. Now, digital footprint is a related term. Digital footprint is all the information that we leave behind as a result of our online activities. So let's say if a friend of mine is getting married and they have put up a wonderful post with their partner, and all party is happening and they're celebrating and everything. Now I put a comment that I post a comment that I'm really happy for all of you and I hope you have a great life ahead. Simple example of something which happens in our lives. The comment that I post, that actually is digital footprint that I am creating. So every single thing that you post on social media, every post that you react to, even if you react to something that you see on social media, you are leaving digital footprint behind. Because somewhere there is going to be information left that so and so liked this post, or so and so reacted to this post, or so and so commented on this post. So all this information, my dear friends, that we leave behind on cyberspace when we are using social media platforms or anything at all this is called digital footprint. Again, the challenge is this digital footprint that we are creating. Many times criminals use this information and they try to break into our accounts. So all these things we are going to understand step by step. Now when you understand all these things and when you start practicing online safety, another term for it is cyber security, right? Now cyber security is the term which is used most commonly. Let's break it down. All of us keep saying, oh, cyber security is important, cyber security is important. But what exactly is the cyber security? So cyber security is based on three pillars, and these pillars are all interdependent. So to understand cyber security, you first need to understand the role of people. So if there is a technology, people are going to use it. Otherwise, what is the point? So we need to understand how the technology works. We need to understand what are the associated risks, what are the benefits. And as an end user, we need to behave responsibly. So the role of people is very, very important in cybersecurity. Of course, technology. What is the technology? How does it function? How is it going to affect us? What are the risks? What are the opportunities? All these things also need to be assessed. So technology plays a very important part. And of course, to make sure that technology is used appropriately, to make sure that if something goes wrong, there is a way to fix the problem, processes are also needed. So when you understand the role of all these three things, you can say you have understood cyber security. So in today's context, as responsible users, what are our responsibilities? Or what is the kind of responsible online behavior that we must indulge in? That is something we have to understand. Of course, what kinds of technology are we using, that we need to understand. Now friends, I'm sure all of you are aware of WhatsApp, and it's, I think, one of the easiest chat applications out there. I think almost everybody uses WhatsApp, and WhatsApp has now become a verb. You don't say message me on WhatsApp, you say, hey, WhatsApp me. WhatsApp me your details, WhatsApp me your location, I will meet you. So it has become so, such an important part of our lives. All of us are aware of WhatsApp. We know how it works, but do you know that WhatsApp web exists? Do you know people can take access of your WhatsApp chats by misusing WhatsApp web? So understanding all these facets of technology is very, very important. So what are some of the risks associated? How can you minimize these risks? What are the security settings available? When we understand all these things, we have understood how a technology works, and we will be able to implement cybersecurity, and we'll be able to practice online safety for ourselves and for our data. And finally, processes also. How exactly can you take action if something goes wrong? What are some processes? We'll discuss that as well. Now, this is a very interesting website, friends. I will just quickly tell you how to access this website. The URL is internetlivestats.com. Internet, L-I-V-E, live, S-T-A-T-S, stats.com. I'll just play this GIF again. This website gives you an idea of the total number of internet users at this point of time. I took this screenshot a couple of weeks back, so I'm sure today the data will be different. The total number of websites which exist, the total number of emails which have been sent today, the total number of Google searches people have done. So the internet is growing as we speak, and it is becoming a more important part. It's becoming more and more important in our lives. And there is going to be a time where we cannot live without the internet. I think for me, that time has already come. You cut off the Wi-Fi for one day and I am unable to function. because I cannot do my meetings, I cannot do my sessions, I cannot receive or send mails. I don't know what's happening out there. There's no way to identify, what my friends are doing. So without the internet, for people like us who are privileged, who are lucky enough to have these devices and these services, it has already become an indispensable part. But slowly and steadily, more and more people have started using the internet. In India itself, if you do go to rural areas, now more people in rural areas are also using the internet. So there are towers being set up, they do have smartphones, they do have data packs, they are also joining this virtual community. So because our dependence is increasing, so are the risks, and this website will just give you an idea of how dependent we are on the internet. Now let's talk a little bit about what exactly are Indians doing online. So I came across a report a couple of weeks back, and the most common activities that Indian users are doing online are, the most common activity is social networking. So using all kinds of social media platforms, that is the most common activity Indian users are indulging in. Other than social media, Indians are also spending, we are also spending a lot of time watching videos. So different applications we have, and of course YouTube being the original video sharing platform. So on YouTube and other platforms, we are viewing videos a lot. Other than this, the third most common activity is using search engines. So of course, anything even today, if you hear a word for the first time, you immediately do a Google search. What does this word mean? I've never heard it in my life. What does it mean? So simple searching also is one of the most common activities that that internet users in India are engaging in. And other than that, gaming is also one of the most common activities. So this is what primarily all of us are doing online. But the challenge is, even though we are indulging in these activities, many times things go wrong, and we may be aware of these things, we may not be aware of these things. So it becomes very important to be aware of how things can go wrong, and if they do, what you can do about it. So what plays an important role to beat these problems or to deal with these problems in a more efficient manner is digital literacy. Now all of us have been to schools. We are, if any student has joined us today, you are currently pursuing you're doing your schooling, or you're pursuing some degree in a college. And even people who are working, we do have a certain amount of education, right? We have been to schools and colleges, and even I have plans to study further. So all of us have literacy. We have gained literacy, and we can call ourselves literate. We can read, we can write. When it comes to online safety, we need to have something which is called digital literacy. So knowing how technology works, knowing what data and information mean, knowing about important security tools, security settings, security principles, knowing about what responsible online behavior is. When we understand all these different aspects of of online safety, we can call ourselves digitally literate. So digital literacy is the need of the hour, and throughout the course of these 2 weeks that we've planned this whole campaign around, we are going to cover all these different aspects. So today is going to be the first topic, which is know-how about technology, data, and digital footprint. Now, my dear friends, if we try to understand the word digital, we can think of so many gadgets around us. So we have Alexa, we have Echo, we have Fitbits, we have smart homes, we have smartphones. We have seen technology revolutionize almost every single industry. Simple example: 10 years back, your watch would only tell you, what the time is. But today you have something called a Fitbit. A Fitbit, this device that you see on the top right corner, this is a Fitbit. A Fitbit will tell you what the time is. It will tell you what your heart rate is. It will tell you how many steps you've walked. It will tell you how many calories you've burnt, how many glasses of water you should drink in a day, how many hours you slept. A Fitbit is a smart version, a technologically advanced version of a watch, which will give you all kinds of information. So technology is improving the things around us and adding value to our lives and making our lives easier. One more interesting concept is Internet of Things, and an implementation of that is in the form of smart homes. So these days, you don't really have to do much. You don't have to go around and switch buttons. You can simply snap your fingers, lights turn on and turn off. Right? There are different implementations of this concept. So you simply click a button on your phone and the AC will turn on. You simply press a button on your phone and the geyser will turn off. So simple implementations are visible around us, and there is going to come a time where even cities are going to be smart cities. So on the roads, the minute a car crosses a road, street lights will turn on. So using technology, using the internet, all these things are happening. So digitization has definitely changed our lives, but again, there are many risks associated as well. Now, one very interesting example I would like to share here: digitization has definitely made life easier, it's definitely added value to our lives. And one interesting observation is in the world of medical science. So gone are those days where a person needs to be admitted in the hospital, and they need to use what do you say, machines to keep the person alive. You have different instruments which keep a person's heart pumping. These days technology has revolutionized this sector as well, and you have very small devices which keep the heart active. So there is something called a heart sleeve. A heart sleeve is a bag sort of a thing which is put over the heart, and it keeps the heart active, right? So different technologies have emerged, which has made rescue, which has made saving lives much easier. Now the problem is, this particular device that I'm talking about, which keeps a person's heart active, this device is running using technology, using the internet, and this can be hacked into. So if somebody does hack into a wireless pacemaker like this, a person's life can also be taken, and this has actually already happened. Now pacemakers conventionally were huge, they were big machines, and the person need to be hooked onto the machine 24/7. They were admitted in the hospital. But now, because they are wireless, they are so compact, they are so tiny, people can fit them inside the body and continue living their lives. And there has been a case where a person's pacemaker was compromised and they suffered a cardiac arrest because the pacemaker stopped working, their heart stopped working. So again, with time, technology is developing, our lives are becoming easier, but it is also creating many more opportunities for criminals to misuse. So it's very, very important to understand how technology works so that you can bridge this gap and keep yourselves safe. Now let's talk a little bit about data digital footprint. So when you are interacting on social media, you share some information about yourself. Traditionally, social media was only meant to socialize with people. So on Facebook, you send a friend request, you receive a friend request, and you can connect with people, you can make friends, you can learn about other people's lives, their experiences, their cultures, so on and so forth. But today, social media gives you many more opportunities as well. I know so many people who are running their businesses on social media platforms. I'm sure many of you do it yourself as well, or at least know people who do this. So you can sell items on social media platforms like Facebook, like Instagram. You can sell your products, you can buy products, you can look for jobs, you can post for job openings, you can do so many different things on social media now, than just making friends. And because social media is giving you so many different opportunities, the way it affects you has also changed. So very quickly, I would like to show you the kind of information that you share on social media. So traditionally, what all would you post on social media? You would post your name, you would post your interests, you would post photos, you would post videos. So these are things which all of us commonly post and share on social media. Now, because social media is giving us many more opportunities, we may end up sharing even more information, which creates higher risks. So the first thing that we need to do is, what kind of information are you sharing on social media? Please understand that and control it. Do not make all your information public to everybody on social media. That is tip number one. Tip number two, what kind of things are you posting on other people's posts? Please monitor that as well. Do not post things which may create a negative impact on your lives. And this is the kind of things you should keep in mind, because if you create a negative digital footprint for yourself, it can actually impact your future life, your future self, and also your opportunities. And there have been many cases where job offers have been taken back. Academic opportunities have also been taken back because people who were given these opportunities were later found to be leaving negative digital footprint behind. Simple example, I see a post and I comment something negative on it, and I think it's okay, who is seeing it now, it happened so many years back, it's absolutely fine. Today I get a job opportunity, and the company that's giving me the job, they are going to look me up on social media. This is a very common practice now. Before giving job opportunities, before giving jobs, or before giving any kind of opportunity, the organization or the people who are considering you, they will do a background check, they will look at your social media handles. So somebody opens my Facebook account and they see that I have posted something inappropriate. It may have happened 5 years back, but still it is there on the internet. So if you create such negative digital footprint of yours, it can create problems for you, my dear friends. So please be very, very careful as to what you're sharing, and make sure you only leave positive footprint behind. Now, very quickly, I did talk about your device containing a lot of data. So very quickly, what is this kind of information that exists on your devices? So there are a lot of pieces of information, like there are messages, there are calls, there are photos and videos, location details, finance details, contacts. So a lot of information is stored on your devices, and this information is very, very, very valuable. Let's say if a criminal does get access to any of this information, they can misuse it. Let's understand how can they misuse it. If a criminal gets access to your passwords, they can access all your social media accounts. They can do a lot of illegal things using your accounts. And let's say if someone does access your account and do something illegal, you're the one who's going to be in trouble because it's your account. Of course, you can claim that my account was compromised and things went wrong, but still, because it's your face, the police will definitely investigate and find out who the actual criminal is. But the people who do not know your account was compromised, they will think it's you. Right? So it's very, very important to keep this information secure, because if it goes into the hands of criminals, it can be misused and you can land up in a lot of trouble. So passwords, of course, are meant to be kept private. They are meant to be kept secret. Other than this, all the other pieces of information also are confidential and you need to protect it. Let's talk a little bit about messages. Your messages contain your OTPs. So anytime you want to make a payment online, you enter your card details and you also enter your OTP. So if anybody gets access to your messages, they can go through all these OTPs and they can steal money from your accounts. So messages are also meant to be kept secret. Other than this, your call logs, your contacts, your gallery. Of course, now my friends, I think gallery is very, very important. If anybody gets your photos or your videos, they can morph them, they can misuse them, they can sell them, and a lot of problems can be created. So in short, your devices contain a lot of information about you. So please make it a point to always keep your device protected. Keep your device locked. Use a PIN, use a password. If your phones allow fingerprint lock, please activate it. Keep your device protected using at least one of these features. Also, do not give your devices to anybody. There have been many cases where friends give their phones to other people, to their friends or to strangers in need, and the devices end up getting compromised. So you need to be very, very careful with your devices. Do not give it to anybody you do not know. Even if a known person asks for your device, please ask them first what they intend to do with it. If they wish to make a phone call, you dial the number yourself and then you give your device. Do not just hand over your device to your friend, because you never know what they're going to do with it. So all this data is there in your devices. Also, friends, one more important thing to keep in mind: before reselling your devices or before you exchange your devices for a new one, please implement a process called bit erasing. BITERASING. Bit erasing is a process which makes sure all the data in your device is completely deleted. Now, ideally, what we do is, if you want to exchange your phone, or if you want to sell it, or if you want to dispose it off in general, what we do is we simply implement factory reset and we say, oh, okay, my phone, every data is deleted, I am good to go. But friends, factory reset does not delete any information. It just makes it impossible for you to access it. Once you've implemented factory reset, you will not be able to access that information again. But there are tools and techniques using which this information can be recovered. So information which you think is deleted is still there, it can be recovered. So if you simply factory reset your mobile and sell it to somebody, if the person buying it has ill intentions, they can use these tools and recover the information. So to make sure that the data is completely deleted and cannot be recovered in any way, the process called bit erasing has to be implemented. There are different companies which give you applications and softwares to implement this. So for Androids, for mobiles and for tablets, you have to download the application for bit erasing. For laptops, you can download the software. Now, bit erasing is just the name of the process. There are many companies which have their own products. The products have different names. There is a company called Eraser, ERASER. They make bit erasing software, right? Just like there are different companies which make antivirus software, different companies make bit erasing software as well. So there are two companies I would like to name right now: Eraser, ERASER, and Bitraser, BITRASER. If you want to ever dispose of any device of yours, please go to the official websites of these companies, Eraser and Bitraser. Go to their official websites, download the software or the application from there, run it on your devices, and your data will be completely removed and nobody will be able to recover it, right? So I gave you this information because many times we simply give away our devices, not realizing it can be, data can be recovered and misused. So anytime you want to give away your device, you want to dispose it of, please implement bit erasing. You can always research and learn more about these things, or you can visit our social media handles. You can visit CyberPeace Foundation's YouTube channel called CyberPeace TV. We've definitely done a lot of content on all these topics, so you can learn more by visiting our social media handles and channel as well. So this is all about your data in your devices. Now let's talk a little bit more about digital footprint. As I was mentioning, you share a lot of information about yourself online. So you share your name, your photos, relationship status, where you're studying, where you're living, where you're working. And there's nothing wrong in sharing all this. That's the point of social media, making yourself, socializing with people by making information about yourself available. But as I mentioned, if you make this information available to everybody on the platform, even criminals can misuse it. And there have been many cases where criminals have picked up this information about users and used it against them. Simple example, let's say I am a very big fan of Arijit Singh, let's assume. Now, because I'm a very big fan of Arijit Singh, I keep sharing his photos, his videos, any new song he posts, I immediately post on social media. All the people who are following me on Facebook or are my friends on Facebook, they know I am a big fan of this particular singer. Now, if a criminal gets to know this, if a criminal gets to know that I'm a very big fan of so-and-so singer, they can use this information and try to befriend me. And real cases have been reported. There was a case where a young girl, she's a very big fan of a singer, similar situation like I just mentioned. She keeps posting things about the singer. A criminal basically got to know this. They created an account in the name of this said singer and they start talking to the girl. Now, the girl thought this fellow is really the singer. They start talking, they get into a relationship, they exchange certain information, they exchange private photos and videos. And then this singer starts blackmailing her. And later it was identified that it was never the singer to begin with. It was actually a laborer. It was some construction laborer who had impersonated this singer, who created a fake account in the name of the singer and was tricking this girl and trying to exploit her. So again, you never know in whose hands this information can fall. So whenever you're sharing anything online, please be very careful. Limit the audience, make your information visible only to your friends and not the general public. Control who can access this information and you should be good to go. Now, some settings to make sure your information is not misused. These are most commonly, these are available on most of the platforms. So, all your social media platforms, they all have these settings. Please note down these settings. They are very important to protect your account. Two-factor authentication. This is most commonly used for online payments. Use it on your accounts as well. Anytime you wish to make a payment, you enter your card details and you enter your OTP. Similarly, each time you log into your account, you will be asked to enter your OTP or a code sent either to your email address or to your mobile number. Please activate two-factor authentication on every single platform, every single account as well. What is the benefit? Let's say somebody gets your password. They will not be able to access your account because OTP is needed. Please activate 2FA, two-factor authentication. Other than this, there is something called login alerts. Every single time you log into an account, any account of yours, you will receive a mail. Oh, somebody accessed your account. So you might have noticed when you buy a new mobile, let's say, you buy a new mobile, and if you log into your Gmail account, you will immediately receive a mail, oh, new device accessed your account. Is this you? This is called a login alert. What is the benefit? Let's say if a criminal accesses your account using a different, using the devices, because you immediately get a login alert, you will be able to block the criminal. because you will find a link also. If this was not you, please click here. So if somebody gets access to any of your accounts without your permission, or using any illegal way, or using any method at all, using the link in the login alert, you will be able to block these people. So please activate login alerts. Also, friends, a wonderful feature available on every platform, which is called authorized logins or login activity. This feature will give you a list. It will give you a list of every single device, every single website, every single everything, even every browser that has been used to access your account. So if I have, let's say, 2 mobile phones and I have 2 laptops, so on my Facebook, in my Facebook settings, if I go to my Facebook settings and if I go to authorized logins, the name of all 4 devices will be listed. So Janice has one Redmi mobile, she has one Samsung mobile, she has one HP laptop, she has one Apple laptop. So the entire list of all my devices which have been used to access my account will be listed there. Keep a track of this list, because if you ever come across a suspicious device or an unknown device, maybe a criminal has gotten access to your account. So keep a check of these settings, of these features, and you should be good to go. Your device will not be, your account will not be compromised. Other than this, to control your content, where your information is going, please use the next 3 settings. Control the audience. For every single account, you can control the audience. Make sure your information is visible only to your friends, the people who you really know. So control the audience of all your posts. Always keep a tab at who is tagging you in what picture, because if you get tagged also, your information starts going to a different audience altogether. Simple example, I click a photo with a bunch of friends and I post it on Facebook. Now my audience is friends only, and I have around, let's say, 1000 friends on Facebook. So all my 1000 friends can see this photo. Now my other friend says, Janice, I also want to be tagged. I say, no problem, let me tag you. I tag my second friend. Now this photo is visible to a larger audience. This photo is visible to me and my friends, and also the person I tagged and their friends. So because of tagging, the audience of a photo or a post changes. So if you tag a lot of people in your information, in your post, the audience keeps changing. It becomes visible to a larger audience, and you never know what kind of people are added in your friends lists, right? So criminal may be able to get your information through your friend. So be very, very careful who you are tagging in your pictures. And finally, if anything goes wrong, if it's a crime, we'll be learning about cybercrime also in the upcoming sessions. So if a crime is happening, you can always file a complaint with the police. Otherwise, you always have the option to report and block them on the platform itself. This is how the login activity or authorized login looks. So this is again, different names on different platforms. On Facebook, it is called authorized logins. On Instagram, it is called login activity. On Gmail, it's called recently used devices. So a couple of months back, I took this screenshot of my Gmail activity. So only 2 devices have access to my Gmail account, one Windows system and one Xiaomi phone. So I was sure these 2 devices are my own, so it is absolutely fine. But if you open your list and if you see unknown devices, please remove them. Maybe a criminal has access to your account. Other than this, friends, every single platform has something called a help center, right? Be it Snapchat, Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, every single platform has a safety center. They have a help center. Please visit this section, because all the important privacy settings, all the important security settings, all the information you will find here. So I opened Facebook's because Facebook is one of the most commonly used platforms in India. I went to Facebook's safety center and I found all the information here. They have something called a security checkup. They have something called a privacy checkup. So they will tell you which all settings are active, how the settings work, which settings are not active, what are the risks, what are the vulnerabilities. All the information you will find here in the safety center. So please do take a look at these sections. And the help center will also give you information about what you can do if things go wrong. So if somebody is creating an account in your name, what can you do? They will tell you. Where do you find settings? If you're unable to access your account, how can you reset the password? If you forgot the username, what can you do? All this information you will find in the help center. So even if you are facing problems on a platform, just do a simple Google search for the platform's help center. You should be able to access all this information and be able to solve your problem. Finally, friends, things go wrong, you can report it on the platform itself. Every platform has a report feature. All you need to do is whatever you wish to report, look for 3 dots beside everything on social media, be it somebody's account, be it a photo, be it a video, be it a message, be it a comment, be it anything, you will find 3 dots. Look for 3 dots, click on it, you will find the option to report. So on every platform you have this option. Use the option of reporting to tell the platform something wrong is happening. One important thing to keep in mind is, friends, whenever you report anything, please use the correct reason. If you use random reasons and report, action may not be taken. So choose the correct reason as to why you are reporting something, and the platform will take it down if it is against the community standards and community guidelines, the rules of the platform. Other than this, friends, just to give you a brief of what other risks loom in cyberspace, we'll be discussing all this in detail in the upcoming sessions, but just to give you an idea of what else you need to be careful about, you have to be careful about fake news. Right, there's a lot of fake information going around these days. People are creating fake websites, people are creating fake documents, fake posts, and sharing it in the name of credible sources. Simple example, somebody can create fake information in the name of the government, in the name of a ministry, and share it. People are going to believe it. Why? Because the name of the ministry is mentioned, name of the government is taken, but it may actually be false information. So you have to be very careful of these risks as well. Fake news, please make sure you cross-check everything before you believe it, because you never know, information may actually be false. Other than this, financial scams are happening. As I mentioned, people are going to try every possible thing to steal your money. So they may even create fake websites. In fact, very recently, our organization, our team, we came across a bunch of false websites being created in the name of Flipkart. So we've reported all of them. They've all been taken down, and action has been taken against the criminals who were running these scams. But again, it may be possible that a website is created, it may look just like the real deal, but it's actually a fake website created just to steal your money. So if you see offers which are too good to be true, just because a Flipkart logo is there, just because an Amazon logo is there, does not mean you believe the website. Check the URL. The URL should be accurate. The spelling should be correct. Only then should you believe. Matrimonial frauds, my friends, again, dating apps are on the rise these days. People are using dating apps. People are trying to, find partners on, and there's nothing wrong in it. I mean, it's your wish, your life, completely up to you. Who am I to stop you or say anything about it? But I will talk about the risk. There have been many cases, especially in recent times, in the past couple of months, there has been an increase in matrimonial frauds because physical interaction has been limited. Everybody is confined within the 4 walls of their house, so people are doing everything online. Why not try to find love online? So people are creating accounts on dating apps and matrimonial websites. They're interacting with other people, and again, perfect opportunity for criminals to catch hold of unsuspecting victims. There was a case that happened a couple of weeks back. A woman, she fell in love with a man she met online. They never met in real life. They kept talking online. They are video calling, they're chatting, everything is going perfectly fine. Now one fine day, this person says, I am having money problems, so can you please lend me some money? Now this woman is like, okay, you're the love of my life, why not? She mortgages her gold. She I think mortgages it for around 6.5 lakhs. She gives that much money to this fellow, and he runs away with the money. He deletes his account. He cannot be, there's nowhere, he's nowhere to be found. All his information is invalid, and there's nothing that can be done about it. So again, I'm not saying stop using the internet. Please use the internet. I know, I love the internet. I love social media, but keep certain things in mind. Do not, believe whatever you see. Just because a profile looks trustworthy doesn't mean you believe it. Please think logically, think critically before you click on anything, before you share any kind of information. Some more risk: malware attacks. People may try to install malware on your devices using, using links, using mails which may look innocent. Again, on the rise. Identity theft, cyberbullying, some crimes which are on the rise. People may create accounts in your name, pretend to be you, and try to commit fraud, identity theft, punishable offense. Cyberbullying, people may abuse you online. People may say mean things online. So bullying also is on the rise now. Bullying is not an offense. It's unethical but not illegal. But if somebody is repeatedly bullying you, it becomes harassment. So harassment is on the rise because everybody is online, especially when we talk about online classes. We have seen so many cases where, teachers keep complaining, even students complain. There is one miscreant who keeps posting inappropriate things. Now, if that person is even from the class, nobody knows because they put random names, they put random email IDs. So because internet, kind of gives you a sense of anonymity. People are using all these opportunities to exploit other people, right? So again, all these crimes are on the rise. Then you have things like phishing and skimming happening. Phishing is when someone tries to steal your username password using a fake link. Again, we'll discuss in detail in the upcoming sessions, but again, please do keep these things in mind, which is why we are taking, we're taking a week, 2 weeks to explain all these concepts, because my dear friends, online safety is not something that you can have one session and you can call yourself a pro. Our organization has been working in this field for over a decade now, but still every single day we learn something new. We keep researching on so many things, because that is how quickly the world of technology is evolving. Every single day you have a new risk coming up, so please do keep researching on your own as well. The CyberPeace team and Mizoram Police, we are always here to help you out. Any problem you have, you can always reach out to us. But somewhere it is your responsibility as well to keep yourself safe online. Now, friends, if ever you find yourself in the middle of a crime, somebody is attacking you online, somebody is stealing your money, there are many portals using which you can file a complaint as well. For women, the National Commission for Women has a special section. You can go to ncw.nic.in/contact us. You can file a complaint. For women, this you can go to the NCW. Otherwise, specifically for a cybercrime, there is a wonderful portal which has been launched by the Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India. It is cybercrime.gov.in. It's a wonderful portal. Any kind of cybercrime you want to report, be it a sexual offense, be it a non-sexual offense, simply go to cybercrime.gov.in, file a complaint. Now, if a woman or a child is being sexually exploited online, you will go to this special section called Report Women or Child-Related Crime. For every other offense, for financial frauds, for impersonation, for violation of privacy, for anything else, go to Report Other Cybercrime. One benefit is you can also file a complaint anonymously on this platform. So if you do not feel comfortable going directly to the police, you can file a complaint on the cybercrime portal. And for children, for anybody below the age of 18, there is something called the POCSO e-box. It's a special portal which has been set up. Do a simple search for POCSO POCSO e-box. The first website you visit, go to the website and you have to scroll to the bottom. You will find this option to proceed. Click on the arrow. And this is a simple form, very child friendly. Any child can fill up this form. So be if somebody is troubling you on the road, in the school, in the playground, somebody who's known to you is troubling you, be it a family member of a teacher, anybody who's around you can file a complaint. Somebody is troubling you in the school bus or a van, or somewhere nearby, you can file a complaint. Somebody is troubling you online, you can file a complaint. So for children, anybody below the age of 18, if you're being troubled in any way, and if you're in a situation where you cannot talk to anybody, now I would recommend talking to your family members, because they will definitely help you. Please speak to your teacher, please speak to your parents. But if you are not comfortable, for any reason, if you're not comfortable, please file a complaint here. Or you can also call up on 1098. It's the child line. Call 1098 and you should be able to file a comment. You'll definitely be helped. Finally, before I close, a few tips for all of you. Please be very careful of who you're making friends with online. Profiles may not always be true. People can look very nice, very good looking. People can look very trustworthy. They may look like the love of your life. They may look like best friends, but who is actually running the account, you never know. So please be very careful who you're befriending online. If you come across any link, before you know what the link is for, do not click on it. Just because a friend is sending you a link doesn't mean you trust it. Ask them what the link is for, only then should you go ahead. If you think the link looks suspicious, don't click on it. Right? Any kind of information that you're sharing online, make sure you're making it visible only to your friends. And if it's private information, don't share it at all. Please go through all the policies over all the platforms. Different platforms have different settings as well. As I mentioned, go to the help center. Identify what all settings can be useful, activate them. And finally, make sure that you keep reviewing this time and again. Just because you activated some settings 1 year back doesn't mean you leave it at that. Every few months, keep reviewing your settings and make sure that you use newer settings as well. Different platforms keep launching new features, new settings. They have new updates. So keep updating your software, keep updating your apps, and use all the latest features as well. Finally, friends, I would like to invite you all to join us as volunteers. Now, CyberPeace Foundation, we have been working in this field for a really long time now. But still, please keep in mind, India has a population of 1.3 billion people. So even if we train, 10 lakh people, that is just 0.001% of the population. So we would like to invite all of you to join us, join Mizoram Police, and together maybe we'll be able to create a bigger impact. So you can visit the website cyberpeaceco.in. It's a volunteer group run by the CyberPeace Foundation, and whatever time you can spare, we'll be happy to work with you for that time and create a bigger impact. So with this, I conclude my presentation. A big thank you to everybody at Mizoram Police and CyberPeace Foundation for taking up this initiative, and thank you to all the participants who took up the time and who joined us for this session. If you have any questions, you can post them in the Q&A section. I'll be more than happy to answer them. Also, friends, please do note down our contact details. If you ever find yourself in a situation where you don't know what to do, simple tweet, and tag CPF, tag Mizoram Police. Our team members will definitely help you. DM us. Again, you have any problem, you don't know how to reach the police, DM the Mizoram Police on whatever platforms they're on, and we'll definitely help you. So do not feel like there is no one to help you. Reach out to us, and we will help you out in whatever way is possible. So with that, I conclude my session. Also, we have a WhatsApp helpline number, friends. Just note down this number, simple number, 957 5 times 066. 957 5 times 066. Simple WhatsApp number. Note it down. Any problem you have, you can't understand what is going wrong, somebody's troubling you, any issue you have, just reach out to us on helpline, drop us one message, will definitely help. So once again, thank you very much. Any questions, post them in the Q&A, and after all the speakers have spoken, we'll definitely answer all of them. Thank you.
Thank you, Janice, for the wonderful presentation, and I hope the participants have got a lot of information within less time, and you have made it very, very simple to them. And definitely, as you said, awareness is very much required for everyone, and we are conducting many such programs, webinars, and I request all the participants also to join again in huge numbers. Now, may I request Dr. Mingliana for introducing Sir. Sir is the assistant professor in the Department of Computer Science, Mizoram University. Sir has been very cordially accepted our invitation to join today, and Sir will just give you the gist of what Janice has spoke about in Mizo language. Over to you, Dr. Minga.
Okay, so thank you very much, sir, for inviting me to in this webinar. Actually, I will be speaking in Mizo, sir.
Yes,
just
sir.
A brief of what Madam has already explained.
Yes.
Tunaya hianin internet manglowin om theitolo ani bermaya internet kan man hianin inbum na chisang sang om ani ti kan thria tangai poka heng inbum na laka hianin kan film khur le apum pel dan kan thria atul le bok ani tun wet minara khanin miss pijani sikhanin understanding data and digital footprint ti thu poi mangin webinar aneya kata khanin engeni data ti le engeni digital footprint ti kha aron soi chiang athu soya aron a cover bera chuanin a soilan berte chu digital technology sang te kan ngai tha khatiang mangkhanin internet te lutin thil chi sang kan khoi thin a digital technology mangkhan tin social media tangkai na le information kan share lo tur te po a soi fi a ti chuan digital device a kan information te midang te laka kan wong thatura ni ti asoi lang boka ti chuan software pakhat aron soi chuaka chu bit eraser ti ania hetiang te manghianin kan device a data kan da te kha kan delete theidon ani ti chuan heta ka soi le du chu thil kan delete re hianin digital device atanga thil kan delete re hianin I a recover le dan o mani I thil kan delete to kha entinam permanent shift delete button kan me hianin permanent in a in delete ani ti hi kan ngai dan ani thina ma se permanent lo ani khatiang thil kan delete ta ka recover na chance ala omle thawani amero chu bit eraser software mang hianin permanent takin a in delete thei ani ti kha ron soi lang tel bokani ti chuan social media a basics settings sang kan check turte kan ngai tha boka chumi mei ba ka chuan cyber crime kan to a complaint file na turte po hriat kan di bok ani khati de uzong kha a cover at the chu ni ta a last slide a slide top lampanga khanin he program mina a cover tur in boom na chi sang tu laya in boom na atepo an soi lang zel dom boka webinar kan nei le zel tura tepo nge chumi ni wang chuanin program nei le zel na tura tepo ang lok thak viau don ani a rontel zel tur tepon CyberPeace foundation mingin kasom chewani. And so sir, that's all I can speak in Mizo.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Minga, for your wonderful translation, and I hope all the audience have got the gist of what Janice was speaking. We have very good programs lined up for you in the next 2-3 weeks. We are going to have some FM radio programs, as well as we are going to launch the survey on December 4th. I would request all of you to participate in that particular survey, a wonderful survey, as well as on 5th of December, we have the second webinar on responsible online behavior. I would request all the participants also to participate in this particular future programs. And now I think, Janice, we have only one question which was asked: how can we recover the factory reset data from our mobile phone?
Right, great question. I think I've opened the Pandora's box by mentioning that. Now, Ayush, I think it's a great question, and I think many of you might be wondering this. So I'll be very honest, I'll give you the entire idea of how this works. If data is deleted using factory reset, yes, it can be recovered, but these tools are very expensive and very sophisticated, and only law enforcement has these tools. So ideally, these tools are used to recover data which a criminal may have deleted. Now, sometimes people do create copies of these of these tools, and they try to misuse it. You know, like I mentioned, criminal may misuse data. There are tools, but they are not safe to be used. There are some companies, you can do a simple Google search. There are many companies which do provide such tools. I would recommend not using them, because these tools, these are all used at very high levels by law enforcement and all, so they are not usually made available for citizens and common people like you and me, right? So I would recommend not looking for these tools. The best way is to ensure you always have a backup. No matter what happens, keep taking backup of all the data, so that even if you factory reset, even if everything gets deleted by mistake or something goes wrong, you have a backup to use. Now, I'm really sorry, but I cannot give you the names of those tools, because firstly, it's confidential. It's only meant for law enforcement. Secondly, even if you do search for these online, and even if you do find software claiming to recover deleted data, don't use them, because they may actually cause more problems. So although they can be recovered, it is not meant to be done at a civilian level. So I'm really sorry. Please do take backups, that you never get into a situation, but that's all I can give you for now. I hope that helps you out. Thank you.
Thank you, Janice. That was a wonderful answer. I think now it's time for us to close, and I thank Janice for the wonderful session. Thank you, Dr. Minga, for joining us today and be part of this particular great initiative by CyberPeace Foundation and Mizoram Police. And thank you all for the audience, for the wonderful audience who have been with us. And please tune in to the next webinars that we have, and we'll be sharing with you through all the social media platforms. And if, as Janice has said, if you have any kind of a problem, which you are facing, which you cannot express to anybody, right? Even to your parents, right? CyberPeace Foundation is there to help you. She has already shared the WhatsApp number. You can just put it over there and our team will get back to you. And let me tell you, it will be confidential. We'll be there to support you and help you to solve your problem and be in the normal life once again. Thank you very much, all the experts, and thank you all the participants. Thank you, CyberPeace team, for the technical support.